I don't know what's going on. What do you think? It says download status downloading. So in theory, there it is. In fact, it's downloading twice. Update data. Okay, one is the game and the other one is the update. Okay, that'll be fun.
What's the real you? Is this the real me? Raw, unscripted, the real person! What does that mean? What are you looking for when you ask someone to be real? What are you looking for? Are you looking for a straw man to chop down to make you feel better? Oh, the real me is the me that is doing something wrong to somebody else so that you can call me on it and feel superior. Is that it? You're looking for something to judge? I don't think the people who view my videos are that kind, actually. I'm just inspired by another YouTuber talking about, and he's got a huge audience, and he's got people saying, oh, you know, which one's the real you? The one on this channel or the one on that channel? And it got me thinking, you know, what does that mean, the real you? Is this the real me? The real me is a whiny little sap. I do a lot of editing. So, we're having a spring snowstorm. Personally, I think this is the last blast of winter. But, you know, with Saskatchewan, you can never really be sure. It's gonna pile on. So this Sunday afternoon, after the snowstorm, it's not too bad, and Dan did a great job shoveling. He was really energetic yesterday. So, it could have been worse, but we were spared the worst of it. That happened south of us. Yay. Also, instead of going to the wandering market, I asked for delivery. I asked them to deliver because it's free delivery over $125 purchase. And my smart car doesn't like snow. So instead of going out, they'll be coming here. How convenient. Doesn't mean I'll shop less, but it's not something I'm going to do all the time. I would consider that an abuse of an opportunity. I don't know. Doesn't seem right to ask them to deliver generally. This is my Sunday lunch. These are pickled eggs wrapped first in turkey pastrami and then in turkey bacon. Whoops. And it's not cooled enough to be lifted up like that. Aren't they fun? I wanted to show you the egg in there. And there's green tea with almond milk and maple syrup, and of course the banana. I'm not a minion, but I like banana. I made coconut macaroons. Coconut chocolate macaroons. Yum, 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 yum. Look at that chocolate. It's Monday. I'm waiting for the folks from Wandering Market to come back. Some of my items were missed in last night's order due to the chaos and confusion that they were suffering with the storm and no-show volunteers and stuff. So once that's done, I want to go out and pick up a mixer. There's one that's pretty cheap, that does 3 channels, which is about how many I need. I want to be able to put my K-oscillator, my Q cord, and a microphone or some other instrument. I've been watching You're So Brave podcast for a while now. Those two are awesome. And Aaron today, in today's podcast, March 5th, has been talking about
autistic spectrum disorder and transgenderism and gender and difficulty that all of that comes up. In other words, my life. He's at the beginning of figuring out all of the stuff that I have been figuring out. But it's giving me the courage, it's giving me the language as those two speak their outrage, you know, their youthful outrage that such things should be, that women are held to a different social standard than men, that men get away with stuff, that you know, you're more likely diagnosed with autism if you're male because you're more likely to speak out of turn and more likely to speak up, more likely to show confidence. And that when a woman does that, she's not diagnosed with autism, she's diagnosed with bad personality. And they come up with all kinds of alternative excuses why she has such a horrible personality. She's so, you know, it's not confident, it's outspoken. It's not assertive, it's pushy. You know, all of these qualities that in a man are laudable are, in a woman, despisable. Okay. You gotta check this out. Check it out, okay? You gotta check this out. Look what I've got. Look. Holy moly. Huh? Check it out. Look at this. Yes. It's a mixing board. No, for reals, man. I can mix my microphone and my K oscillator and this thing. Let's see. Seriously. Copyright artists, eat your heart out. I'm going to make my own music. I'm recording it with this thing because it's a lot easier than recording it. I'll put it on pause. It's much easier to record it on this thing, which makes it into an instant MP3, than to play with tracks and stuff on my computer. I finally got up the courage to book a doctor's appointment. The courage in the words. And I'm going to see him today, this afternoon, and run some errands. Back out in that insane snow. But, you know, it won't be as bad today as it was yesterday. More of the streets will have been cleared and more of the snow will have been stomped down by other drivers. So if I made it yesterday, I'll be okay today. I'm going to head straight for the major streets and hope that they're all plowed. Very strong possibility they are. I just have to get out of my neighborhood. Unlike yesterday where I had to get out of my area of the city. that was insane. And I did get stuck out front of the corner store, but the proprietor of the corner store came out and gave me a push, and my light little car is easily pushed by a single person, so that went well. And I'm just having my coffee break before I finish off my chores and chilling. Minecraft. Oh my god. Did you see how long that highway is? Because Minecraft includes horses, for those of you that don't play Minecraft, and you can ride them, and they're much faster than any other means of transportation. And I'm finding a good fast horse is even faster than a minecart, so I'm building this highway to allow you to safely take a horse across. As I build, I'm discovering things like vast fields of sand that collapse when you touch them into ravines that are hidden below, or just sudden drop-offs that you can't see till you're right on them. Now, if you just go riding your horse out across the wilderness, you're going to run into these things. Your horse is going to get killed, and possibly you too. And so it makes a whole lot of sense to build a highway. It's going to take me a couple of weeks. I have only just reached the second ocean, and then there's a whole other continent to cross after I get across that ocean. Wow. And material? Boy, am I using material. But I'm clearing material too. Every time I tunnel through a mountain, I get more material for building the highway. It's just like real life, except it's not as difficult as real life. Here's me trying to create music. Meanwhile, this guy's been creating a very steady honking. For $12, I got all these knitting needles, including this pair here, and oh, they're so much nicer to work with. I was using one of these, and they're unwieldy because they're all springy and they keep moving and twisting funny. So a nice straight needle, it just holds the yarn. Oh, but to get needles this long at the knitting store, they're very few and they're very expensive. These were 99 cents a pair. I paid $3 for the case, and that's a nice case too. Look at that pretty woven fabric. I'm just so happy about that. And here's another thing that I picked up today. This was $30. It's a dash cam. So now I have a dash cam pointed out the back of my car as well as the front of my car. How awesome is that? I'll be including dash cam footage from that in this vlog. But if we only did what we need in life, we'd still be living in a cave. I want this new pentax camera body. I have a pentax camera, and I have a lot of lenses that I've collected over the years. You see, Pentax never changed their lens mounting system. So I have lenses that go back to the 70s. I originally bought a Pentax in 1987. I have all the lenses that I collected then. Then I got another one, a K200D, in 2005 or 2006, and bought a bunch of lenses secondhand that go back to the 60s and 70s, or whenever the beginning of this company was. And I still have those camera bodies. It came with a camera body. I have two 35mm film camera bodies. So I wanted to be able to do video because some of my lenses are really awesome and I could do some really fun stuff. But I can't do the video with the current camera body. Video came out the next year in Nikon and Canon, and then it was another 5 years before Pentax brought out a camera body with video. And the price of those camera bodies, forget about it. Well, Pentax has now been bought out by Ricoh, and London Drugs, the local seller of Pentax, has one of those camera bodies left in the whole city, just the one. And there's probably only a handful left in the country because they've stopped production on that. Now, what Ricoh is going to do with the Pentax brand, I don't know. I haven't done the research, and he hadn't heard. But this camera body is a fairly deep discount, and I couldn't afford to buy it yesterday, but I can afford to buy it this week once the next check comes in. So look forward to some really cool content, and it's probably going to drive me outside, especially now that it's not so cold. The idea of going out there with my long-range lens and shooting stuff that's far enough away to act natural, or or using my lens baby to create interesting tilt shift, eccentric focus shots. I've got filters that turn lights into stars. I mean, I'm going to have a lot of fun. It's so much more interesting in video. You know, we're only becoming more and more a 3-second clip nation, and I'm okay with that. I don't care. So I'm trying to compile some dash cam because I now have a rear-facing dash cam, and my software takes so long to load the next clip that I forget what it was I was checking for. So it's been over a week, but I'm back on the treadmill. Would have been nice if I'd have kept going all that time, but I'm pleased that I'm back on it today. Can't really do much more than praise the good and let the bad go by. Well, I've managed a half an hour, and the pain in my feet and ankles has reached a point where I'm not willing to go any further for fear I'm doing damage. But if I have spare time later, I might come back up after I've rested. So, I've never heard of an egg cream except in foreign movies from the States. I've never seen one at any restaurant. I've never tasted it. I've never experienced it. But I have daydreamed about this idea. The fellow at Lofty Pursuits introduced egg creams on his video, and it's basically chocolate milk with soda. In this case, I've used almond milk, and I've used honey and maple syrup for the sweetener, and my soda stream for the soda. And I think it looks just beautiful. And I've already tasted the chocolate syrup. I put some in my coffee, and it's beautiful. And so I added ice and chocolate syrup and almond milk. Oh, and the chocolate syrup has coconut cream in it. And there's my egg cream. Let's see how it tastes. You're supposed to use a straw. I don't use plastic straws. I have some, but actually I use this titanium straw. That's my preferred straw. That is very pleasing. Next one, I'm going to try adding some coffee and make it a mocha egg cream. Oh my God, this song makes me so happy. Seriously, it makes me laugh like crazy. Yeah, I've got a SoundCloud channel. This and other unlikely hits are featured there.